Hi everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge and welcome to another book haul. So, couple things. Number one, I've been a little behind on making videos, and if you're just a regular channel watcher, you probably won't notice that because I still keep my content really consistently coming out. But my channel members will notice that I haven't had anything in pre-release lately, so I need to film a few things today. As some of you may know, I am starting a new job on March 1st. This will probably come out, I don't know when this one's going out, blah. But it's not like I've been super busy. my brain hasn't wanted to plan and execute videos because I'm just mentally ready to move on from one position to the other. And I'm a little anxious about, I know I'm going to be good at this new job. Like, it's completely within my skill set, but the actual like changing your brain over to doing it is just a weird thing. So I'm in this weird spot, but I do have enough books to do a book haul, which is a pretty easy video to do. And then I have a couple other planned that I'm going to try to get through today. Also, I have a pretty full weekend planned. And we have like our Rake Appreciation Book Club stuff coming up. So I don't know like how that's all going to look and everything. So here's where we're at with all of it, right? So we're going to do this book haul. I'm really excited about it. Some of these books you've already heard me talk about a whole bunch, and now I purchased them. So let's just get started with some of these books that I've talked about the most. So the first ones I have here are the books from the Blood Alliance series by Lexi Foss. I've been buying these because I fucking love this series. I can't wait for the next one to come out, and I just love it. So I actually have books 2, 3, and 4 because number 1 is probably my least favorite, but I will eventually purchase it. I just wanted to start with the ones I love the most. And these covers are just so gorgeous. So this one is Royally Bitten. This one is between Ray and Kylan, and this relationship was absolutely fascinating to me. I loved it so much. This one was a vampire and a woman who is like getting given out on Blood Day, which is a whole part of the series. I'm not going to go to a full thing about the series. You can find that on one of my previous videos. But then there was Regally Bitten, which this one is a menage between 3 wolves, which was absolutely fantastic. Luna, Silas, and Edon. I love this one. I love these covers so much. And then there's Rebel Bitten, which is my favorite in the series. And this one is between Willow and Ryder. And this is my favorite relationship in the series. Like, I love it so much. And just look at that fucking stud. He's fantastic. So, absolutely loved it. Then I have 2 fantasy romances. So, I'd already read this one, but I wanted to purchase it so that I would have the complete collection. This is Bride of the Sea by Famine. This is part of her Prophecy of the Sisters series. This is about 4 sisters who are getting pulled to another dimension where there's this prophecy about them that they're going to kind of find their fated mate, come into their magic, and then save the world in some crazy way. So this one is like a Viking romance. I love the fronts and the backs of these. These are fantastic. And then the new release, which I was so excited for, and I didn't know how it was going to fit in with the series, but it did, is Bride of the Traitor by Famine. So this is the 3rd one. This is the back of it. Oh my gosh. So pretty. So these ones were absolutely delightful. Bride of the Traitor, or Bride of the Frontier, definitely has cowboy vibes, but it's still a fantasy world. It's still another dimension. Like, it's not the Old West, but it's cowboy vibes. So that was really interesting because there's a lot of the things about Westerns in it that you like they're riding horses, but there's also magical elements in it. Like our hero, he can speak with his horse. He has a telepathic connection with his horse. And then there are these magical lions in this world, and he can communicate with them as like the lead. I don't know if it's just him specifically or a certain type of thing. I never really figured that out, but it was still cool because there was magic lions. Let's see, what are some other new releases? Let's show you the new releases that I have next. Well, this one isn't a new release, but I didn't own this one yet. And that's Sacrifice by Katie Robert. Air just came out. I'm actually part of her Patreon group, so I get copies of all of her new books in paperback, which is amazing. You should definitely check out her Patreon if you love Katie Robert. But this was one where like she was changing her tiers around and I ended up missing out on this one, so I had to buy it myself, but it's totally fine. I don't mind at all. I actually really love this trilogy. I've only read the first 2 in it. That's all that's out. But I honestly feel like once it's all out, it should be read as like a single book because this is way too thin. This is a MMMF, reverse harem, but all the swords cross type of thing. So it's MMFM. Let's see, what are the other new releases? Make sure I have them all. Okay, so new release wise, here we go. I have Love and War by Shira Lynn. This was actually, I felt so blessed to get this copy. So I read this back in December and I did a review and a video kind of like highlighting this book. This is a BWWM modern historical romance. So modern historical is kind of like the 20s through the 50s or 60s is what you would call it. And so this book is about Victoire and Emil, and he is a doctor he's a surgeon who's being forced to help the Third Reich. And she is a black lounge singer who he rescues, and then she ends up joining his household and being his maid, even though he doesn't want her to be his maid. That's supposed to be her cover. But in gratitude of him kind of saving her, she does become his maid. And this book just broke me into 100 pieces. And so I read this book. I was a little nervous to read it, right? I've mentioned kind of a lot of triggering elements in this book, but it's written by an author of color. She did so much research about this. This book is just, it's absolutely beautiful, and the way that things are dealt with in this story is fantastic. Like, it's great. And so because I reviewed it and highlighted it, she sent me a copy upon release day, and it just meant so much to me. This book is gorgeous. I was gonna buy it anyway. I promise you I was. But this was the first one where like I reviewed something for an author and I like got a gift for it, and it meant a lot to me. And it's just absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to display this one and put it in pictures and do all the things because it's fucking beautiful. And the story inside of it matches. Then I grabbed the Rayquel of Roth by Emily Howard. This is the sequel to The Beast of Bezek, and I want to read this one so soon. This one is like a marriage in trouble, and it's the sister of the heroine from the first book, and we see her get married in that book to this man, and then 3 years kind of go by, and he's just been living it up. He's been being a rake. And I'm very interested to see how this can make me be on his side, because I did like him in the first book, but then when we knew that he was going to be the Rayquel, I was like, okay, what does this mean? Especially because she decides to seduce him back to her. So we'll see what happens. But I love this dress. I love how he's like pulling down the front of it. And I really loved The Beast of Bezek, so we're going to give it a go. Also, some new historical releases, The Spinster and the Rake by Eva Devon. I'm seeing this book all over the place. It came out like the same week as the, I've never read an Eva Devon, and she has a ton of books. That's awesome. That's really exciting. And I think this is like Never a Wallflower series. So I had to grab it because I've been hearing a lot about this, and I like books about spinsters because they're usually like 28, and like that's about the age I am, and so I laugh that they're spinsters and shit. But anyway, this one's really pretty. So it's the Icy Duke of Thornfield. Ooh, I like Thornfield. Likes his life a certain way, give him a strong ring, a good book, and his dog for company. But when he goes into his library and finds a woman sitting in his chair petting his dog, what starts as a polite request for her to vacate quickly turns into a fiery battle of wits, leading to a steamy kiss that could ruin them both if they were caught. So, of course, damn it all, that's when Edward's aunt walks in and thereafter announces that Georgina is the future Duchess. Georgina was content to be a spinster, spending her days reading and working to keep her family out of debt, but now her days are spent locked away with a growly duke, learning how to be the perfect Duchess, and her nights spent fighting the undeniable attraction to a man who was never meant for her. That sounds so cute. Okay, because it says it's a retelling of, it's like My Fair Lady meets Pride and Prejudice. That's cute. Okay, yeah. I was hearing good things about this. and that's why I bought it, because it was beautiful. Then I have the newest Kerrigan Byrne, Dancing with Danger. This is book 3 in the Good Girl series, and I actually purchased the Earl of Christmas Past too, which is like book 2.5 or 3.5 in the series. I haven't read this one yet either. I don't really read Christmas novellas, but I wanted to complete the collection. There's still, recently Kerrigan announced like 3 more books in the series too. It's going to be a long one. This one was really fun. This is about Mercy, and she stumbles across a murder scene with Raphael Savoy, a brutally handsome, ruthless smuggler with a dangerous past and a dubious future. And I love this. I got to read an arc of this book. The thing is that the arcs for Kerrigan Byrne's books come out, especially these ones, they come out like the week before. So I love it. So I had to grab these too. I love the dresses and covers of these ones. They're so pretty. And then the other new release that I grabbed, y'all know it. I've already done a vlog about it, but I haven't done a book haul since then, is my Court of Silver Flames. I have an entire vlog where I read this. It is a spoiler vlog. I had someone in the comments who, like, they don't normally watch my videos. And, okay, this is a side rant. They were looking for a video that just gave them a summary of the book. They wanted a non-spoiler, 10-minute summary of the book. Even though mine said it was a reading vlog, this person obviously doesn't know what a reading vlog is. And at the beginning of my vlog, I say, hey, if you're going to need some therapy after reading the book, this might be good because you're going to watch me go through it and everything. And this person's like, why are you telling me that I need therapy from this book? And then you immediately start spoiling stuff. And I was like, it's a spoiler vlog, which, to be fair, it didn't say in the title, but it did say in the description in bold letters that it was a spoiler. So I went and added that to the title, but this person was just being so bitchy about it. And I was like, you're not a member of my channel. Like, I don't care what you think. But anyway, side rant. There is a spoiler-filled reading vlog of this on my channel if you would like to watch me experience one of my favorite books of the year. All right, then I got 6 books in the Belle book box, the Beast level. I was really, really excited for this one because it had some special editions in it. I actually did a drunk unboxing of this, which I will try to remember to link. Otherwise, just go to my channel. It's just a couple weeks back. But I wanted some copies of some of these. And these are, all of them are signed. And this was for Black Author Month, Reading Month, Black History Month. All those things combined. So these are all Black authors as well. So there's Truly by Carmel Rhodes, which I have read before. And I was very excited to have a copy of because I didn't buy one yet. This book reminds me a lot of Untouchable. And so I had a great, great time with it. Forget Me Not. This is an exclusive cover by QB Tyler. It's a signed book. I believe this one is an amnesia story about a couple who's like divorced. Big Ben by Nana Malone. This is an exclusive cover. This series is really good. It's the first one in the See No Evil. The Worst Best Man. This is just the normal paperback of this, but I think this is still... Yep, this is a signed one as well. This is an exclusive hardcover of Thicker Than Water by Dylan Allen. I've never read a Dylan Allen before. And then the piece de resistance, and why I'm really glad I bought this book, is Hookshot by Kennedy Ryan. This is an exclusive cover with a signed book. This is book 3 in the Hoops series, and it's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. So, those were definitely worth the book box. Like, they're gorgeous. All right, then I got a present from my friend Jessin from Jessin Reads Romance. She recently got a haul of Catherine Coulter books because of the step backs of these Catherine Coulters are so beautiful. And she got doubles, and one of them is signed. One of them is a signed copy. And so she was like, would you like any of these? Because I got doubles. And now I already own this trilogy, but the copies that I have are pretty beat up. I've had them for 12 years or so. And literally I'm afraid to open them because the step back, like the cover's ready to fall off because they're so pretty. So I was so excited for her to send me, I need to remove a sticker from one of them. She sent me the first 3 in the Sherbrooke series, which used to be called the Sherbrooke Trilogy, or the Bride Trilogy. And so these are absolutely perfect condition. So there's the Sherbrooke Bride. This is the one I was missing. So this one I really wanted. Douglas and Alex. But my copy of the Heiress Bride is falling apart. So she sent me that. And my copy of the Hellion Bride, which is the oldest historical romance that I own, like that I've owned the longest. I've owned that copy of the Heiress Bride for 13 years. I think longer than my Julia Quinns. And so the cover is absolutely falling apart, and it has the prettiest step back. This is a step back you'll have seen. It is fantastic. So thank you so much for that. She also sent me the Wyndham Legacy, because this one is signed, and she had 2 signed copies of it. So those were stunning. Thank you, Jessin. It meant so much to me that she was like, no problem, I'll send it to you, girl. Don't worry. And they're perfection. They're absolutely beautiful. I'm actually planning to reread The Heiress Bride in March because it came out the year I was born, and I want to read a couple books from the year I was born. And so I decided I'll reread The Heiress Bride. Then I also picked up one other book by Catherine Coulter. It's a better copy. I picked up a couple because of that. Let me show those. I found a couple books at used bookstores that they were in better condition than the ones I have, and I will upgrade sometimes. So there's another Catherine Coulter that I found, Night Storm, that is in pretty good condition. So I snapped it up. This is only her like 3rd or 4th book too. So grab that one. Then I found an almost perfect copy of Seduce Me at Sunrise. This is another one that the binding is coming loose of mine. So I wanted to get a new one. And then I found this perfect copy of Dreaming by Jill Barnett, which I still haven't read yet. But the copy that I have is kind of like peeling apart because it had stickers on it. And so I found this one that is like barely even has a spine crack. And the only reason I grabbed it is because it was only like $1. So I still need to read Dreaming, but it's so pretty. I had to grab a better copy of it. All right, then I've been snatching up, so a series that I've been reading lately is The Sinsters by Stephanie Lawrence. And so I've actually read the first 3. I'm in the middle of the 4th book right now. But I was missing some books like in between. Like I literally had books 1, 4, 6, 7, like I had random ones. So I had to pick up A Rake's Vow. This is book number 2. I've already read this one. And then Scandal's Bride is book 3, and I have already read this one. And then I picked up A Secret Love, which has just, it has a weird, like, the binding, it's like it wasn't laid in place right. There's like a wrinkle, but the front and back are perfect, and this one has a step back. Look at that yellow dress. She had no idea that he worshipped her, that his fascination was obsession, overwhelming and complete. She didn't know that she was so very different from all who had gone before. Ugh. This one is Gabriel, and a couple of my friends who love this series say they're the best couple. I think a lot of people have different opinions, but I'm loving this series. So I'm so happy to add 3 more books to this collection. So now I own 1 through 6, and then I have a couple random ones. But I think 7 is the like original, the Sinster Fair or whatever it's called. And then there's other people, so we'll see. But I'm loving this series so much. Then I finally got myself a copy of A Lie for a Lie. This is the first book in the All In series. I have books 2 and 3, but for some reason I don't have book 1, so I just went ahead and ordered it. This one is a surprise baby. Well, it's a hidden baby, but it has my exception to the rule. Remember, I have exceptions because that is my least favorite trope. But my exceptions are if it's a mafia story, a woman's allowed to hide her baby from the mafia. I feel that way. Or if they don't know each other's real names and there's like they can't communicate. This one has a hockey player who he's super famous, and he meets this girl when he's on vacation who doesn't know who he is. And so he uses his real like first name, but when they leave, she like loses her cell phone or something like that, and so they're not able to, and then he happens to run into her, and she has like a 4-month-old kid that's his. And this book broke my heart. It was so good. It was so good because, again, it has my exception to the rule, and like I love babies in books. I don't always love children, but I love when people have babies in books, and the choices that the mom makes so that she can like keep her kid and still have her career and stuff, I really loved. I really did. And then this guy comes in who just, he wants a family so much, and so he's like, I didn't know. And you know, she's scared because she's like, please don't take this kid away. Like, I didn't do this on purpose to you, which I really appreciated about her, that she wasn't trying to hurt him by keeping it a secret. Like, she literally didn't know who he was. So I love this one. I just have to like stack my books behind me. And then we just have some historicals because those are fun. So let me show you the rest of those. Gotta shuffle stuff around here. So I ordered this from, I can't remember the name of it, but she has a eBay shop, and she was running a special for Valentine's Day. So I bought this one. This is Masquerading the Marquess by Anne Mallory, and it's actually her first book, which I keep buying Anne Mallory's even though I've only read one of her books, but I really liked it, and so I keep collecting them. So I got this one. And then she sent me Return of the Viscount as my free book, which is pretty cool. It's a cool pose. I like it. Then I ended up finding Love is a Rogue when I was just at the bookshop in town, which is great because Smart Women Read Romance, they just had done this book, and I was thinking of buying it because I own a couple other Lenora Bells. I haven't read any yet, but I own some of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that, and it was only $1.50, so I grabbed it. This one I think is like supposed to be kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but like she's beastly because she has something wrong with her face. So I'm like, whatever. Then there's this Meredith Duran, Lady Be Good. I just loved the front cover. And this is a female thief, so I thought that was cool. The Abduction of Julia, I just liked the title of it. And it says, to marry by midnight. What can a respectable Regency miss do when kidnapped by a nobleman intent on marriage? Why, marry him, of course. So Julia gets abducted. That's fun. Then I picked up Texas Glory because we're going to be reading Texas Destiny for the Rake Appreciation Society in April, and so I just wanted to pick up another one from the series. Also, I love that he has a mustache, and we got a man nip hanging out, so I was like, all right, let's do it. I picked up Something Sinful by Susan Enoch. I actually did this one for one of my Step Back Saturdays because it's beautiful. I grabbed With Seduction in Mind by Laura Lee Gerke. I really love, like, the legs there, guys. Woof. And then I was lucky enough to find a copy of Captured by Beverly Jenkins. This is only the second Beverly Jenkins I've been able to find at a used bookstore. Still haven't read one of hers yet, but I keep collecting them. And this one, I love her dress. I love her boobs. I love his, like, you can see a full picture of it here. I love his hand on the ropes. I'm just super excited. So it's a pirate. And I think it's a captor captive. So there we go. All right. That is everything from my most recent haul. I usually go through this pretty quickly because I haven't read them yet. And I don't like to dive too deep into stuff unless, you know, more of it. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching this. Like I said, please bear with me in the next couple weeks. I think I'll still be able to keep up the level of content, minus because this weekend I'm really busy and I won't be able to film on a Saturday like I want to. So my weekly wrap up might have been a little late or will be late. Again, I don't know when this video is going up, but that's the life, man. I think that's one of the beautiful things is like when you're consistent for 3 years, people know you're not going anywhere. And like, I'm definitely not going anywhere. I just need to adjust my schedule for when I film because I'm still reading as much as I ever have. Just how life goes. So thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next video.